What's up, party people? It's boy Chaz here with another edition of All Types of Idol, where we talk about what went down on Top 11 night, where the contestants had to sing #1 hits from the Billboard charts. Now, originally this was supposed to be Teen Idol week, but they changed the theme for some reason. But that didn't stop them from choosing the mentor that they did. And the mentor this week was, unfortunately for me, Miley freaking Cyrus. Shoot me now. I know I've given her crap about her music because I can't really stand her music, honestly. But you know what? I mean, she has experience, you know, she has stage presence. She knows what she's talking about. So, you know, I can't really front and say that, you know, she'll be a horrible mentor. It just feel weird calling her a mentor. First up was Dewyze, and he decided to pick The Letter by the Box Tops. Now, I find it funny because the lead singer of the Box Tops actually died last week, so I don't know if it was coincidence that he picked the song or if it was a tribute. So, Lee picking the song, I don't know why he picked this overdone song to death, but I will say it kind of did fit him because he has the gruffness, the same gruffness as Bob Seger, because this is the Bob Seger Joe Cocker version. And I felt that the arrangement was kind of cheesy because they added the Blues Brothers horns and it made it feel like a Taylor Hicks kind of concert, but it's Lee performing. I felt like Lee really opened up and started to move more, although it felt like there was like a nightstick poked him behind his back to move. But I'm proud of him that he's starting to grow. I liked his voice. I'm not overly fond of it because I've heard J.D. Fortune from Rockstar INXS sing this song and sing the hell out of this song, and I felt like Lee was just okay compared to that. Next up is Paige, and she had to do the most overdone song on American Idol history against all freaking odds. And I was actually enjoying the break I heard of hearing that song from last season, because every single season since season 2, this song has been done. And it's been done twice in season 4, and nobody really done it justice. Maybe except for Scott Stable, I felt like he kind of did it justice. But other than that, no one has done it well. So, knowing the track record, you'd think Paige would avoid this song. And it was by far the worst rendition of the song I have ever heard. There were so many freaking off pitches. I swear that someone was like attached like a taser to her back and kept pressing the button. That's how bad it was. It was torture. It was complete torture. And that kills me because I kind of liked Paige, but that was like one of the worst performances I've seen on that big stage. Just terrible. Next up was Tim Urban, and he decided to sing Crazy Little Thing Called Love. And here comes the cheese fest. Now, I will give it to Tim. At least it was not as boring as he normally is, you know? He actually moved around on stage. The problem for me with it was like, the movement was like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You knew exactly what he was doing. From the power slide to the jump on the stairs, which was like, so off tempo, was not even funny. And then all the fangirls, you know, getting high fives. He's playing to his crowd. He knows he's not the best singer. But, you know, with all the performances he's doing, all the things that he's doing on stage, it's targeting his audience, and they're going to vote like crazy for him. So I expect him to be safe this week. Vocal-wise, I wasn't impressed by Tim. It was okay. I mean, it was like on key and everything, but it just felt flat. And the reason why it felt flat, because there was no excitement to it, you know? With all his moves that he's doing on stage, you'd think the energy in his vocals would rise up even more. Next up was Aaron Kelly, and he has laryngitis and tonsillitis, and he was a puddle of goo after meeting Miley Cyrus. So he decided to sing I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, and I'm like, that's a huge song, and to sing that with laryngitis and tonsillitis, that's gotta be tough. But you know what? Holy Frankie Muniz, and I mean that because he really looked like Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle when he was singing. But I thought it was the best so far of the night, and he was sick. I mean, there were some bum notes, and then he did mess up the lyrics, and he recovered. But the strength and the connection to the song that he had was so sincere, and that's what I like about him. I mean, he's surprising me more and more each week. You know, he's like has so much potential, and we're starting to see him tap into it. So, I'm impressed that he's able to pull somewhat a good performance out of being sick. Next up was Crystal Bowersox, and I thought it was nice that she had Miley sign her guitar because she has powerful women artists sign her guitar. And I swear that this girl is going to start the Lilith Fair all over again. And I actually felt that her performance on the stage of me and Bobby McGee was like one I would see at a Lilith concert. Not that I would go to one, but it would feel like that. She had the carpet on the floor, which I thought was cool. And she started off real mellow, and then she really picked it up high gear, and the tempo was faster, and she had more fun. She looked like she was having fun. She made me enjoy the performance. She's performed more out here now. She still needs to perform a little bit bigger, but it's a step in the right direction. I actually loved her tonight, especially the high notes when the tempo was going and she was soaring with those high notes. I was like, what? Get it, girl! Best performance of the night thus far, and of the night for me. Crystal was #1 by far for me. Next up was Michael Lynche, and he decided to tackle the R&B classic of When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. I don't know what the judges were talking about because I liked this performance a lot. I actually liked the arrangement, and Michael's voice was actually sexy. What I liked about it is like this is the type of rendition I would play my CD player when I have a date over. You know, me and her would sit down, eat some dinner, you know, light a candle, kiss passionately, you know, take it to the bedroom, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. Mike's voice and performance was silky smooth. Sometimes it turns into Velveeta a little bit, but he's getting better at it. So I kind of disagree with the judges. I really liked this performance. Next up was Andrew Garcia, and he decided to sing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Now his first mistake was listening to Miley Cyrus telling him to put his guitar down. What I really noticed is that Andrew is not Andrew without his guitar. He needs his guitar. I felt like all his performances he's done without the guitar has been pretty bad, you know, performance-wise, because he's like pissed or looked down on stage. There's no exception here. He was looking down on stage a lot of the time. You couldn't see his eyes. You couldn't connect to him. You should have connected to the camera more, because you're trying to look at America and say, vote for me. And he was looking down the whole time. And also, the way he was moving with the freaking hand gestures and all that, it felt like he wanted to get off stage, but then he's stopping himself to say, oh, I have a performance to do. It was like almost like the robot dance, like he was a malfunctioning robot on stage. And his vocals were better than last week's, but still had no energy and just no excitement. It just felt like Andrew just gave a blasé performance, and it disappointed me because he's such a great artist. I've followed him on YouTube, and he's really fading on this big stage. And if he doesn't go this week, he's definitely going to go next week unless he pulls out a moment. And excuse my language, F the Paula moment. It's over. Over. Stop mentioning it. Next up was Katie Stevens, and hallelujah, she picked a song that was not done on Idol. Woo! She sang Fergie's Big Girls Don't Cry, and I actually thought that was a good song choice for her. However, her vocals really do need work. I felt like she had the Kelly Glover effect, where she was singing from her throat like the and the tone was like weird and squeezed, and I wasn't really enjoying it. And basically it was like a note for note copy of Fergie. It didn't really change much. So I thought it was a decent performance. It just felt like she didn't take a risk of changing the song and really making it her own. But it was a step in the right direction for the type of artist she should be. Next up was Casey James, and he decided to sing The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. Woo! Another song that hasn't been done to death on Idol, and I actually love to sing this song. So I liked Casey's arrangement of it a lot, and I felt that Casey had a good vocal, not a great vocal. I felt like when it came to the bigger notes, it was kind of flat, didn't really excite me. You know, I think there should have been more excitement in the vocals. I felt like there's this big old production around Casey, and he's still kind of like chill. You know, I felt like he should have moved around the stage more, you know, because it was a fun performance. I would have loved him to have even more fun and be more loose instead of just standing behind the mic stand strumming the guitar. So all in all, I really liked it. Screw Simon. It didn't feel like an 80s cover band for me. It felt more like just a big old jam session.